We've got Sophie Cunningham getting her own shoe, and everybody losing their pathetic little minds over it. Well, not everybody. Old WNBA fans, old guard WNBA fans, are losing their mind over the white girl pointing at her brand new shoes. Yeah, that's what she's pointing.
Sophie Cunningham just got her own shoe, a player-exclusive colorway of the Adidas Crazy Energy, dropping on July 24th for $120. It features a pink-to-white gradient, light blue mesh panels, orange accents on the midsole, and her name on the design. It is her shoe, her vision, and the internet absolutely lost its mind.
Old fans crash out, lose their mind, and scream white privilege. It is hilarious watching these people melt down over the most minuscule things, over the smallest little things. Watching these folks melt down, go hysterical, lose their mind, rant, rave, complain. Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Not because people were happy for her. No, because a very specific group of people cannot stand it. They were furious. Comments flooded in, threads went up, hot takes were posted, and every single one of those opinions proved exactly one thing. Sophie Cunningham is living inside their heads rent-free, and she has been for a while now.
Sophie Cunningham, the blonde bomber, is coming out with shoes. These are so dope. These are her PE colorways coming out with Adidas. Oh my God, Sophie Cunningham, man, just keeps getting better and better by the day, man. I hope these are for men as well, man, because I would like to cop these, man. These are hella dope. Very Sophie type of shoes, man. Like, I don't know, I just look at these and I just see Sophie just all over them, man. These are perfect.
And today, we are breaking down the shoe, the hate, and why most of that hate says more about the haters than it does about Cunningham. We will also explain why this shoe is going to sell very, very well, regardless of what the comment section thinks.
Sophie Cunningham shoe, a PE for Sophie Cunningham got announced. A player exclusive, player edition, whatever PE stands for. She's got her own kind of shoe style. It's coming out. And man, these old guard bitter fans, they are collapsing right in front of our very eye. They're going through a mental breakdown, a psychotic break right before our very eyes.
To understand why people are so worked up about this shoe, you have to understand who Sophie Cunningham has become over the last 12 months. This is not a player who suddenly appeared. She has been in the WNBA since 2019 and spent 6 seasons in Phoenix before moving to Indiana in 2024. For most of that time, she was known as a good rotation player, tough, reliable, a solid three-point shooter, and someone who makes winning plays. Useful, yes, but not.
DB is the one that did something extra, and then Caitlin got the text. So I walked out there and I was literally talking to the ref. Say your DB. I was like this with ref. I was like, now Caitlin got one, but why didn't she get one? Because if Caitlin's gonna get one, then she should have got one. It shouldn't have been one or the other. And I was just kind of pointing, and she's like, don't you point at me. And I was like, oh, shouldn't have said that. And I didn't say a word.
And then June 22nd, 2026 happened. DeWanna Bonner got into it with Caitlin Clark. Cunningham stepped in, and when Bonner told her to stop pointing, Cunningham pointed even longer, for a full 22 seconds. Staff had to physically redirect her toward the bench. Both players received technical fouls, and the clip hit the internet like a freight train. It reached WWE. It reached the White House. It became one of the defining memes of the WNBA season. People were overlaying it with music, movie scenes, and everything else. And just like that, Sophie Cunningham became one of the most recognizable athletes in women's sports, not because of a stat line, but because she stood her ground and kept pointing when everyone expected her to back down.
Where you're going to take this next? Like what? Because how do we grow the point? What could it be? Do you know what I mean? Have you given this any thoughts?
By December 2025, Google released its annual year in search list, featuring the 10 most searched athletes in the United States. Cunningham came in at number 7. She was the only female athlete in the top 10 and had even surpassed Caitlin Clark as the most searched female athlete. Let that sink in. So when Adidas looked at its roster and asked, "Who do we build a shoe around?" the company was not guessing. It had the data, and the data pointed directly at Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham's signature shoe, I'm not gonna lie, this shoe looks amazing, man. I might have to get me a pair. Now, I don't really have anything pink, so that means I'll probably have to go out and get me a pink shirt or some pink shorts or something, just so it can go with this, man, because these shoes...
The shoe itself is genuinely good looking. The upper starts with a hot pink toe and gradually fades to white near the heel. Light blue details run through the mesh side panels and appear again in the three-stripe branding on the tongue and heel. Orange accents on the midsole and outsole add contrast. It is a bold, loud, unapologetic design, very on-brand for a player who once stood at the free throw line in Phoenix, her former home, and pointed at an entire arena after hitting the free throws that sealed a Fever Road win. The shoe looks exactly how you would expect a Sophie Cunningham shoe to look. And here is something worth noting. Adidas has not had a WNBA player with a signature-level shoe since Candace Parker. Cunningham is the first player in years to receive this kind of treatment from...
In their feelings and upset. They always in their feelings and upset if anything that's connected to Caitlin Clark has anything positive going on. But when it comes to shoes, y'all do know, and I'm talking to all the people way in the back that just don't understand. Y'all do know that this is business, right? And when it comes to WNBA players, right? Sophie Cunningham is top 5 in followers on every platform when it comes to WNBA players. So yes, she should be one of the ones that get a shoe.
Now, here is where the haters come in, and they came in loud. Comments started flying the moment the shoe announcement dropped. The most common argument was that she averages around 8 points per game. Critics pointed to her career scoring average of 8.0 points per game across her entire WNBA career and treated that number as the final word on whether Sophie Cunningham deserves a signature shoe. You have seen the comments. There are better players who deserve this more. Some people wrote long posts about it. Others turned it into a full debate on X. A portion of the criticism became very specific about which players they believed should have received a shoe instead of her, and some of those arguments revealed more about the motivations behind the criticism than about Cunningham herself.
Off of racism, because this player in her career has averaged 8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Shoes used to mean something. It was like you are at the top of your game in your sport. Players like Cynthia Cooper, Cheryl Swoops, Diana Taurasi, Sabrina Ionescu, Asia Wilson, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, they're actually doing well in the sport. In the same way that in corporate America, white men utilize their privilege of being white men to continue to climb the ladder, Sophie Cunningham has used her proximity to Caitlin Clark and her racist fan base in order to propel herself forward when people who actually deserve it are not given that opportunity.
Let's talk about the race aspect of this, because it is not subtle. The backlash surrounding Sophie Cunningham's shoe announcement is connected to the same broader conversation that has been running through WNBA commentary for the past 2 years. Some of the criticism is genuine. A sports debate about marketing priorities, visibility, and which players receive major endorsement opportunities. That discussion exists. But a significant portion of the backlash directed at Cunningham, her popularity, and the attention she receives comes from people who are frustrated by the spotlight she and Caitlin Clark attract. When some critics use the word undeserving, many observers believe the argument goes beyond statistics alone. Caitlin Clark has publicly said that racist behavior from some fans is unacceptable. Sue Bird has also stated that racism toward WNBA players existed long before Clark entered the league, and that Clark has sometimes been used as a symbol in a broader...
What resources does the league provide for you guys as players to kind of help you try to filter through some of the hate and things that, negative things that come through on social media?
I think that honestly, I don't know what our league does to help with that. If they really do anything, you can put out statements as much as you want, but at the end of the day, you're in an entertainment business. That's when mental toughness comes in. If you're gonna live by praise, you're gonna die by the hate, and so I think that's on the individual person to have mental toughness. Some people can deal with it, some people can't, and I think you can see the ones who can, and unfortunately there are some who can't, and it's not beneficial to them, but you can't control what other people say or what other people do. All you can do is control yourself, how you treat people. speak up, you know, and support people who, you know, maybe don't have a voice or don't have the courage to do that. But, you know, it's one of those things. You're in the entertainment business, and you have to.
Because here is the actual argument about whether Cunningham deserves this shoe, and it has nothing to do with points per game. She is one of the WNBA's most talked about players right now. She was among the most searched female athletes in the United States on Google last year. She had a viral moment that spread further than almost any WNBA clip in recent memory. She also has a documented relationship with Adidas that dates back to 2022. She switched from Nike and has consistently promoted the brand through national television appearances and her own social media platforms. Popularity is part of the product, and Sophie Cunningham, with a modest career scoring average and a 22-second pointing clip that reached every corner of the internet, is currently more recognizable than a large number of WNBA players. Noise and keep building her brand anyway. It is Sophie Cunningham.
This is gonna be fun. Everyone gets one, and I have like 6-7 pairs here. Oh, 6-7? Oh, see? They're real. They're real. Only All-Stars wear them. That's why mine are still in the box.
Sophie Cunningham?
I'm busy.
Wow!